Cardiac action potential is an important topic. By understanding the basic physiology of cardiac action potential generation, we can also understand effect of drugs over the heart in a better manner. So before understanding the basic physiology of cardiac action potential, we should know that what we means by resting membrane potential. Okay, so resting membrane potential is what? Suppose this is a cell. So cell is surrounded by cell membrane, and outside the cell membrane there is positive charge. Okay, and inside the cell there is a negative charge. This condition is present in the resting state, and when there is a stimulus is applied to the cell, in case of heart, because it is autorhythmic, stimulus generation occurs within heart. So after getting the stimulus, what happens? This positive charge goes inside the cell and outside cell become negative. So if we record the potential by putting electrode inside and outside using voltmeter, in the resting state we see the resting membrane potential near about minus 90 millivolt in case of ventricular muscle. And when depolarization occurs, so first let me explain what is depolarization. Depolarization is what? Entry of positive charge inside the cell is depolarization, and exit of positive charge outside the cell and bringing back the normal condition is repolarization. So it doesn't matter which charge is going out or which ion, potassium ion or sodium ion, both are positive charge. So we will think in terms of positive charge, not in terms of ions. And another important point we should learn before understanding the concept of cardiac action potential, that gradient of sodium from extracellular is from extracellular space, because it is more in extracellular space and less in intracellular or within the cell. So concentration gradient will be from extracellular to intracellular, and that is for sodium. For potassium, gradient will be, because intracellular potassium is more than that of extracellular, gradient will be from inside to outside. And for calcium, gradient will be from calcium extracellular to intracellular. So these three ions we will discuss during the cardiac action potential generation. So please remember this point. So this slide shows the morphology of heart muscle. In this, one important term which is written here, syncytial, means these heart muscles are attached with each other by these gap junctions. So there are many gap junctions, and because of these gap junctions, suppose electrical activity which is occurring in this heart muscle will travel through this gap junction to each portion of the heart muscle. So whole heart function as a syncytium. Syncytium means functioning as a single unit. But what is the problem in heart? That between atrium and ventricle there is a fibrous band. This is a fibrous band between atrium and ventricle. So this don't allow any conduction or current passage between atrium and ventricle. So atrium is a separate unit, ventricle is a separate unit. So for conducting electricity which is from SA node or pacemaker which is there in the right atrium to whole heart and to the ventricle, it needs a conducting pathway, and that pathway is conduction system of the heart. So impulse is generated at the level of SA node, sinus node, and because impulse is generated without any nervous stimulus, it generates by its own, and because of that heart is called heart rhythm is called autorhythmicity, or this is the property of heart that it generates its own rhythm, and this property is called autorhythmicity. But it doesn't mean that nervous signals don't influence it. Nervous signal like sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system affect sinus node to change the rhythm. But if we disconnect the nervous connections, in spite of that, heart will keep on working because of this pacemaker property. So the potential generated here in case of pacemaker will be pacemaker potential, and now this potential will be travel to SA node to AV node by this conducting pathway from AV node to bundle of his right bundle and left bundle, and from here to the Purkinje fibers, from Purkinje fibers to whole ventricle. So electrical activity which is generated in the SA node will travel to AV node, bundle, right bundle, left bundle, then Purkinje fiber to whole heart. So we will see two kind of electrical activity in the heart. One is at the level of nodal tissue where autorhythmicity property is there. So means at these places potential generated will again regenerate, means it will be rhythmic, it will be autorhythmic, but not in the ventricles, because ventricles are receiving signals through conducting pathway from SA node. In ventricular muscle action potential or atrial muscle action potential will be generated when impulse arrives. Okay, so we will discuss both kind of action potential one by one. Okay, so what I was saying, that the red one is the action potential generated at the level of sinus nodal fiber or SA node, and green one is the action potential generated at the ventricular muscle fiber. And in the x-axis we are seeing the time, y-axis the voltage in millivolt. So we are seeing that at SA node potential is generating by its own, so it is autorhythmic. But in case of ventricular muscle only one recording has been shown, so it is not autorhythmic. And you are seeing that resting membrane potential of ventricular muscle, I told in first slide, minus 90 millivolt, so it is shown here. But you are seeing that minus 40 to minus 60 means your SA nodal membrane potential fluctuates between minus 40 to minus 60 millivolt. So this important concept we will again discuss. So first, coming to the action potential generated at the ventricular muscle. So it is divided into phases. Phase 0 is what? Opening of sodium channel will cause phase 0 depolarization, and I have told sodium is more extracellularly, so it will come inside the cell by concentration gradient, and these channels are voltage gated channel. So once voltage gated sodium channel opens, it will lead to phase 0 of the depolarization. Then closing of the channel will lead to the early repolarization, this closing of voltage gated sodium channel. Phase 2 we are seeing plateau. Plateau means it is stagnant, or it is not going up or down. Why? Because here two type of voltage gated channels are opening. One is potassium channel, voltage gated potassium channel, and they are, potassium is more inside, so they will go out. Potassium ion will go out. If positive charge is going out, it will lead to repolarization, so it will pull back towards the normal side. But voltage gated calcium channels also open at this junction. So what is voltage gated? Please remember this term also. Gated means once this voltage is achieved, then the channel will open. At particular voltage the channels are opening, so because of that these are called voltage gated. So here at plateau phase there are two type of channel, voltage gated channel. One is potassium channel, they will cause repolarization, and calcium channel, calcium is more extracellularly, so gradient will be inside. So positive charge come inside by calcium, positive charge going out by potassium, and this tug of war will lead to plateau. Okay, so plateau potential. Now obviously there will be dynamics. So calcium channels closing time is less, or total duration of opening of calcium channel is less than that of potassium channel. So potassium channel keep on opening, will keep on opening for longer duration, and calcium channel will close. Because of that, what will happen? It will come to repolarization phase 3, that is repolarization, opening of potassium channels. And for phase 4, once it comes to resting state, by sodium potassium pump, all ionic changes will be normalized by using by use of sodium potassium pump. So there are 4 phases. Phase 0, depolarization, opening of sodium channel. Phase 1, closing of sodium channel, early repolarization. Phase 2, opening of voltage gated potassium channel and opening of voltage gated calcium channel, plateau potential. Phase 3, repolarization, opening of voltage gated potassium channel and closing of voltage gated calcium channel. Phase 4, resting state of polarization, normalization. And now refractory period. Come to this important concept of refractory period. Absolute, it is divided into absolute and relative refractory period. First, let me explain what is refractory period. Refractory period is a period during which time, if second stimulus is applied, it will not generate any further action potential, and because of that because action potential are important for mechanical activity, we will not see any next mechanical activity. So refractory period is a period during which another stimulus don't give any response. In case of muscle or in case of heart, is called refractory period, and it is again divided into absolute refractory period and relative refractory period. So total cardiac action potential duration is 300 millisecond. This concept please also remember. Total cardiac action potential duration is 300 millisecond. Please learn this concept also. So absolute refractory period is initial 200 millisecond. In this time, if you apply any stimulus, it will not give any response, but in last 100 millisecond, that period is called relative refractory period. If we apply stronger stimulus, then it may elicit a response. Because of that, it is called relative refractory period. Okay. Now we discussed about the action potential at the level of ventricle. Now coming to SA node action potential. This is also very important topic. So action potential at SA node, you are seeing that it is self-regenerating, autorhythmic. Okay. So repolarization is by opening of potassium channel. In case of ventricular muscle, we have seen repolarization is by opening of potassium channel. Here also IK means current, potassium current. So potassium channels are opening. Because of that, it is coming back to normal. So resting membrane potential in case of ventricular muscle was minus 90, but here you are seeing minus 40 and also minus 60, means it is fluctuating between minus 40 to minus 60. So once repolarization comes up to minus 40, it further goes down because potassium channels are open at this point, and this stage is called hyperpolarization. But what the funny thing you are seeing during hyperpolarization, if you are seeing again opening of some current or some channels which are positive charge, and because of that, positive charge means sodium and potassium channels. So if positive charge is coming in, it will again lead to depolarization. So we are coming back, we watch coming back, or action potential was coming down, going repolarization to hyperpolarization, and in hyperpolarization there is opening of some channels which are bringing positive charge inside the cell, inside the nodal cell, and because of that depolarization is occurring, and this is slow depolarization. Okay, so but this event looks like funny. We in the basic we learned that during hyperpolarization what happens, positive charge goes out. If positive charge is coming in, this is depolarization. But here in case of hyperpolarization you are seeing positive charge coming in. So this is called funny thing. So funny current, its name has been written funny current. It was called so because it was activated on hyperpolarization, and it allows sodium, which is positive charge, also potassium to pass through. So once sodium or potassium is passing inside the cell, it will lead to generation of a potential, and this will be accompanied by calcium channel, which is transient type, calcium channel transient. So opening of these voltage gated calcium transient channel will also helps in bringing back this potential which came up to minus 60 to again minus 40, which is threshold. And once threshold is reached, then voltage gated calcium channel which are long lasting, so ICAL, your long lasting calcium channel voltage gated, will open, and it will lead to generation of depolarization. And again at this voltage, which is above 0, again there will be opening of voltage gated potassium channel, and it will bring repolarization, will cause repolarization. Again this IH channel, IH means hyperpolarization, channel opening during hyperpolarization which are positive charge, means funny. So this will again bring back. So this potential from this point to this point is called pre-potential. Pre-potential is causing or bringing back the resting potential of node from minus 60 to minus 40, which is threshold for opening of voltage gated long lasting calcium channel, and again the potential will generate. So because of that, these nodes are autorhythmic. Okay, so I think we have got the concept of action potential at the level of SA node, at the level of ventricle also. So autorhythmic cell, the same point again written, have unstable resting potential due to open slow sodium channel, at threshold calcium channel open, explosive calcium influx produces rising phase of action potential, repolarization results from inactivation of calcium channel and opening of voltage gated potassium channel. Now effect of, this is the last slide, effect of drugs over this SA node action potential. So suppose this is the normal event which is occurring, and at this junction you have given sympathetic stimulation, or heart has got sympathetic stimulation by drugs. So what you are seeing, that this slope is now more steeper, and because of that heart rate increases. So drugs acting via sympathetic pathway will lead to stimulation of the receptor, which are beta receptors, and these receptors will lead to what? Will open the calcium channel, transient calcium channel, in more efficient way, you can say, and because of that the slope is now more steeper, and because of that rate increases. Okay, so positive charge will go more because of opening up more efficient opening of calcium channel. But once you apply parasympathetic stimulus or some drugs like acetylcholine, which is parasympathetic mimetic, so it will lead to decrease in the slope of this prepotential. And why? It is acting through muscarinic receptor, and these receptors will cause the potassium current, hyperpolarization current, to open for longer duration, and because of that, and also slowing of IH, that is funny current, slowing of this current, or you can say hyperpolarization gated cation channel will open less in case of muscarinic stimulus, okay, or acetylcholine stimulus. Because of that, slope is decreased and now heart rate is decreased. So sometimes also vagal stimulus causes blockage, complete heart block. So this was the effect of drugs over the nodal action potential. Thank you for patient listening.